Hey everyone, it's Mofa here, and I'm so freaking excited right now. I just got done watching the Nintendo E3 press conference, and it was amazing. But I'll just go ahead and note that I missed the first half hour of the conference. Thank you to Insomnia last night for making me do that. But anyway, the Zelda Choir was really awesome. I heard about that from one of my friends. That was actually leaked yesterday or 2 days ago that was going to happen. But what I didn't know is that they're going on tour and that Four Swords Adventures is going to be DLC. And that's, to my understanding, what they announced. Okay, so basically I kind of came in when they were talking about 3DS and showed a trailer from Mario Kart. And that was really cool. I was excited at some of the new stuff that they were putting in there. Nothing too fantastically exciting, underwater driving. But then they named it Wii U. They came out and they were like, okay, Project Cafe is now Wii U. That's Wii with a U at the end. And I just kind of face palmed. I was like, really? 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 I mean, GameCube was cool. GameCube was cool. The name GameCube was cool. Then you said Wii. And then everyone was like, yay, Wii. And then they were like, we don't want to lose the Wii name, which this is exactly what I predicted. I did not say this in my video, but this is exactly what I predicted, that they would not want to lose the Wii name, so they would attach it there somehow. And they did. But anyway, enough of that. The new controller is awesome. It has rumble, it's got touch, it's got a microphone, a gyroscope. You can do video chat on it, stream games. You know, it's a touch. There's just so much about it, and it just, unless it's not multi-touch, if it's not multi-touch, that's going to put a big down on it. They really didn't say if it was or was not multi-touch. But if it is multi-touch, I'm just going to go ahead and say that it's a big iPad raper. Because you can do, it seems like you can do just about everything on the iPad that you can do on this. The only difference being this is not meant to be a portable system. You can't take it around with you all over the place. You know, you've got to be streaming it straight from your Wii. I'm going to take a drink here real quick. Excuse me, you have to be streaming it straight from your Wii U. Personally, I like stream better. But anyway, I'll flip over to the next page of my notes here. HD Zelda trailer. We all saw the HD Zelda. Not so much a trailer, but it was a clip. It was an HD Zelda clip, and it looked so good. But the thing was, it was very obvious that it was all the Twilight Princess models. It was Queen Goma, or the Goma the Spider, from Twilight Princess, remastered in HD. It did not look like they redid any of the models. They were just like, let's redo all the textures in HD, and, you know, and we'll do it in Zelda so it can have a much bigger impact, and people will see that we're serious about making our first-party hardcore games high definition, which means we are going to see high-definition Metroid, I guarantee you. We are going to see something very big from Retro that's in high definition, you know. Obviously, this is all going to be in high definition now, but what they were doing there with Zelda is basically telling everybody, hey, don't worry, we are going to make all of our first-party titles look very, very, very good on this system. And, you know, it really shouldn't come as a surprise to people, because Nintendo has always been so good about making their games look good on their systems and really just squeezing every ounce of power out of their systems. So it really shouldn't surprise anybody that they're making their stuff look this good. And they didn't say what resolution the screen on the tablet was, on the controller, but it looks like it might be 720p. I really doubt that. I think it's just a very high quality thing, but again, they didn't say. And just a side note, it basically kind of looks like a giant 3DS with, it really does. It looks like a giant 3DS with 2 analog sticks, which is something to note. And in a lot of ways, it replaces the Wii Remote. Like, if you're gonna like do throwing stars with the Wii Remote, you're just gonna flick the Wii Remote. But in this, you're just gonna slide your hand across the touchscreen to throw the stars. If you saw the trailer, you're gonna be knowing exactly what I mean. Like, Ninja Stars will appear on the screen, and you'll slide your hand across it while pointing them at the screen to do it. And it's got a gyroscope in it and stuff. So I'm assuming the system is gonna know where the controller is at all times. Possibly, don't quote me on that. But it's speculation, probably wishful thinking, but it very much looks like a update to the Wii Remote in practical ways, or optimized. It looks like kind of some of the ways that we use the Wii Remote that wasn't so great, wasn't so optimal, has now been optimized. But we know that is not their intention with this. Their intention is to bring an entirely new way to game here. And it'll also, in addition, be able to do web browsing. I assume it's going to be able to do Flash, because all it's doing is streaming from the Wii U. That's it. It's just streaming from the Wii U, so screw it. I guarantee you, YouTube and Flash, it's all gonna work. I know that for a fact. All right, and you're also gonna be doing video chat on it. I think I already said that. And I wrote down here something about Nintendo and the hardcore, but I think I'm gonna skip it because of what the trailers they showed. And they also, in Zelda, they kind of were like, hey, we are directly going to support you hardcore players. And a new Smash Brothers was announced exactly like I said, except I didn't know it was going to be for the 3DS as well. I kind of thought about that in my head, but I was like, no, they probably won't do that. But they announced it. We did not get a trailer for it. And that's basically all we have. And it seems like they're becoming very, very multiplayer focused. The president of EA came out and talked about how multiplayer focused they were getting and leaderboards and all this goodness. And I mean, really, that's up to the third-party developer. But it's been very hard for them up until now because Nintendo has put huge restrictions on what they can do with the Wii. And I believe that they're going to keep the Wii out as a casual system, and put out like Wii Fit 3 probably, and kind of just like keep that for the people who don't want to buy the hardcore HD system. But with the new system, with Wii U, they're going to be really super focused on letting third-party developers run wild. And I can say this with confidence because there's no way the president of EA, one of the most hardcore game developers out there, would come out on stage and talk with Nintendo if they were not telling him that they were aiming for the hardcore. Okay, and now it's going to be connecting with the 3DS, but basically we've got a lot of cool games coming up. We've got this Lego game, which I wasn't too excited about, but we have Darksiders freaking 2. And it's going to be available at launch. Arkham City, Ghost Recon Online, Assassin's Creed, Aliens, an Aliens game, I forgot the name of it, and Metro Last Light, which looks really cool, Tekken. And something that was really cool demonstrated with Tekken was that you could draw on the characters and it would modify the textures. I mean, how cool was that? And speaking of it, it seems like you can sketch on the Wii U's tablet controller. And so what this makes me think is that we're going to have a lot of homebrew and just kind of like cool iPad and iPhone-like applications being downloaded to the Wii U for you to use on the controller. It's going to be really cool, in all honesty. It's basically going to be like your own home console iPad that's like 10 times as powerful as the iPad, being the only difference that you're not going to be able to take it anywhere. Alright, next. Ninja Gaiden 3. How could I forget that? Ninja Gaiden freaking 3. And I believe that was the kind of debut trailer of Ninja Gaiden 3. The cheering from it was absolutely insane. And I'm going to take another drink here real quick. And Nintendo gets with the times. That's what I wrote down here, because they really are finally getting with the times, and I'm very, very happy about that because I'm a hardcore gamer. And the president of EA said something about social network connectivity. He didn't say anything too specific, but he really hinted at Facebook, Twitter, and stuff being connected to the Wii U. So I'm really looking forward. Well, not really looking forward. I'm just curious to see what that is all about. And I'm scrolling through my notes here, and I think that's all I really have to say about that. And just in time, I blew through that freaking commentary because I wanted to get everything I could down here. So those were all of my thoughts on Wii U. I'm not too happy with the name. In fact, I don't think anybody's going to be happy with the name. But what are you gonna do? At the end of the day, it's the console that counts. It's the games that count. And speaking of which, this thing is very, very up to par with the current gen systems. It actually exceeds it. We all know that its hardware is exceeding it from the Intel we got earlier this month. So that's all I have to say for this. I am so excited about the new Nintendo, and I hope you guys are too. I will see you later.